guys, my name is Crystal and welcome to my YouTube channel. Alexa, what's the time please?
The time is 10:04 a.m.
Welcome to my YouTube channel. Sometimes it's crazy, sometimes it's hectic and sometimes it's totally boring. But if you've tuned in to watch my videos, thank you so much. Hit the like button if you like them. I know you like my balloon videos, I do know that. Right guys, so I went out just now to walk Max around the field. He has a morning walk, an afternoon walk and an evening walk. Right, so I walked around the field and Max was able to come off the leash. But before I walked on the field, my mum, Jennifer, left me an answer phone message, so let's hear it. The phone hurts my face, and if I get in a bit of pain, so be it.
9:29 a.m. Hello, Jeanette. It's just me, your mum, giving you the usual morning call. I'm not feeling as well today, me, Jennifer, since Nessie. I think it's probably the side effects of the booster jab I had yesterday. That could be it, couldn't it? Anyway, I'm just ringing to make sure you're all right, as well as you can be, Ness. And I'll speak to you again soon. And do have a good day if you can. And hey, Nessie, thinking of you. Bye.
So, hung up the phone. That was my mother, Jennifer's voice. My voice is totally different. It's quite soft. And several people can't hear me when I speak to them, and they ask me to speak up. With my mum, she can be deafening. When she goes out to those taxi drivers, sometimes she says, "Make sure Janestra gets home safe," and they do that. Right. So after the phone call from my mother, I walked around the field. There was a man on his phone, loudspeaker. Carried on walking, got onto the field, walked across near the Mercedes-Benz building, and someone had lit a bonfire. And you know what bonfires smell like, don't you? The smoke goes up your nose, and it can give you a headache and make you feel unwell. So there was on the grass outside the fence, there was something that had been burnt, and it was still burning as I walked past with Max. Carried on around the field, past the builders that I believe are working on the school, continued round, and two men with fluorescent trousers, orange and tops, were walking around collecting rubbish from the bins on the field. Carried on walking, a man came onto the field with a red cap, walking a dog, and he bent over. He had jeans on like my mother Jennifer, and he bent over, and I saw his rear end, covered by jeans of course. Carried on walking, came into my flat. The neighbour to my left was on her mobile phone on the balcony, loudspeaker again. The reason why I put my phone on loudspeaker is because I've got nerve damage to the face. It hurts my face when it's right against my ear. That's the reason why I talk on loudspeaker. It is not to annoy people. When I came home, as you can see, I'm going to open the door now, hopefully. Yeah. Right, I have a Waitrose lorry opposite my flat with the Prince of Wales Fleur de Lis. Where have I stuck my glasses? And yes, the Prince of Wales' Fleur de Lis is on this Waitrose.com van outside. Yes, cake, some crunchy cake bars, and some giant, what's this? Giant one. And if I decide to go out to the shop, I've got another £5 on this scratch card. The cross fingers and the lotto symbol. I've won £5. I've won a fiver there. I've won a fiver on this Cashword bonus scratch card. So I can get a coffee and a sausage roll with this. So don't worry about me. You know, as a kid, I was hunting in cupboards to find food, and I was fed on liver, hard liver, and offal, which is cheap. You can buy liver for 50p in a packet. Right? As a child, I learned to survive without adults protecting me. I am now an adult myself, and I'm surviving by myself. Right? When I say that, you'll say that, you go up to your mum's. Yes, but I don't need to. And if you can see, my mum keeps calling me. Right? Life is hard. Life is a very wicked, it can be a very wicked, harsh journey. Right? And at the moment, there is hardly enough money to live on. I haven't had a letter from British Gas telling me about swapping over the meters. I've been sent an email with the top-up card number, but I have no top-up card for my electric yet. So I'm not going to worry that one day I'll go and turn on the lights and they won't turn on because I've been cut off. But shouldn't you write a letter when you've arranged an arrangement on the phone? Shouldn't you send a electricity card? And shouldn't you send a letter confirming the details before you even attempt to cut someone's electric off? How am I supposed to top up with a number and no card? Or do I just go to the co-op and give them the number and it just tops up? No one's explained it to me properly. Anyway, I'm not worried about that. I'll deal with it as and when it happens. But, you know, people forget phone calls. You need that backed up with writing. I've looked through my emails. All I've got is an electricity card top-up number. I haven't got any information about when the gas guy is going to come out and change my gas meter to a smart one. I've had no card come through. And it can be a worrying time, but most of my money is now going to go on topping my electric and gas and getting rid of the debt. And the price of shopping has gone up terrifically. And there's nothing left to live on. And when people are stuck in their flats, right, some of them with no gas and electricity and hardly any food to eat, and there's nothing to do, it's no wonder people go insane and do stupid things. Right, guys, I'm going to obviously try and make myself and my life better by entertaining myself. I'm glad my mum's okay. I'm sure Sue will be going in there to check if it's alright this evening. My mum does get Sue to do her shopping as well from Morrison's. And again, another day in this flat by myself where I feel like hitting my head against walls. Talking to silly people on WhatsApp dating, called Richard, that I'm probably never going to meet, so I'm just talking to absolute nonsense, winding me up. And, you know, you put a profile on the dating site so people know what you're after. And I keep getting, what kind of guy are you after? What do you want this site for? Well, it's a dating site and I'm looking for someone to date. And I'm 53, I'm obviously looking for someone around